Hey everybody, so I want to talk to you today about how you can eat cookies and pizza and still make progress on your weight loss goals. So I talked on my stories last week about how I was working pizza into my Friday nights and still being able to make progress on my weight loss and my fat loss goals. And I got a lot of questions about how to do that. So I want to walk you guys through step by step exactly how to make it work for you. So when I coach, and for myself personally as well, I follow what's called flexible dieting, which basically means that you can work in whatever foods that you want within the parameters of the macronutrients that work for you. Now I'm going to bring this down to the beginner level and just talk about calories today because I think that's the most beginner friendly and people can grasp that a little bit better than tracking all of the macros. So we're going to talk about calories only today. So with that flexible dieting, and in order to have a sense of diet freedom, nobody wants to be in a food prison, right? Nobody wants to eat the same 10 foods over and over and over again because that gets boring very quickly. So in order to feel a sense of diet freedom and not feel stuck to a meal plan that someone else wrote on a piece of paper, I follow flexible dieting. And within that, we use the 80-20 rule. And basically that means 80% of your calories are going to be coming from whole, clean, nutrient-dense, micronutrient-dense foods, which means they have a lot of vitamins and minerals and things that are really going to nourish your body and give you energy. Now, the other 20% is what I call discretionary foods. And those foods are up to your discretion. You can fill that 20% with whatever you want. If you want to fill them with donuts and chips, that's up to you. If you want to fill them with more micronutrient dense foods, you can do that too. It's up to you. And you can flip-flop, one day you have donuts, the next day you're having a kale salad, whatever it might be. Again, it's up to you. Nothing here is set in stone. So with those discretionary foods, I don't like to use the term bad foods because then when we eat them, we feel bad about ourselves. It's like we have to feel guilty because we ate those, and I don't want anybody feeling guilty about eating. We need to nourish ourselves, and at the same time, we also need to enjoy our food and not, again, feel stuck in food prison. So with the 80-20 rule, again, you have 80% whole, clean, nutrient-dense foods, and then 20% at your discretion. So let's see how that works in real life. So let's say you want to have some Oreos tonight. 3 Oreos, I looked up, are 160 calories or about 54 calories each. Now, what you're gonna do is go into your tracking app like MyFitnessPal or MyTransformation, and you are going to log those 3 cookies. Okay, so you're gonna have 160 calories accounted for. Then however many calories are left, you're going to work that into the rest of your day. So let's say that you have 1,600 calories that you're eating for the day. 160 calories is 10% of those calories. So it works out well. You're still within that 20% discretionary food range. So you don't have to feel bad about eating those Oreos because it works within your plan. You still have another 160 calories that you can kind of play around with if you want to add some ice cream to it. I don't know. So then the leftover 1,280 calories need to be where you're eating your chicken breast, your sweet potatoes, your rice, your fruits, your veggies, all those kind of things, so that you get all of the micronutrients that you need for the day. Now let's say that it's Friday night and like me, your family has pizza night. So if you want to work in a slice of cheese pizza from a 12-inch pizza, it is 250 calories. So again, you have 320 calories on that 1,600 calorie diet that are discretionary. So you're well within the range of your 20% discretionary. You could even throw in an Oreo and still be underneath that 320 calorie mark and not have to feel guilty about eating any of that. So that is how the 80-20 rule works with having flexibility and diet freedom. If you feel like you are not getting results with the 80-20 rule, there's a couple things that you can do. You can change it to the 90-10 rule. So now we are shortening or decreasing the amount of discretionary calories that we are getting to 10%, and we're filling 90% of our calories with whole nutrient dense foods. Maybe that's a little bit too strict for you. Maybe you need a little bit more freedom. You could go to 85-15. What you need to do is you need to try it. You don't know if it's going to work for you unless you try it. Dieting is a little bit of trial and error. It's like going into a hat store and trying on hats. You know, I'm trying on this hat, you know, the 90-10 hat, and that works for me, but my husband tries on the 90-10 hat and it doesn't look good on him. It doesn't work for him. So he's got to keep looking for a new hat. Okay, so you are looking for the hat that works best for you. And everybody looks good in different hats. So don't think that what works for your friend or your sister or your mom or, you know, this person on Instagram is necessarily going to work for you. You need to figure out what's best for you. Now, another thing that you can do if you are not seeing results with the 80-20 rule and following flexible dieting is maybe that you need to reduce your calories. So if you are in your maintenance calories, which is a whole nother video, you might need to decrease those calories a little bit so that you're in a calorie deficit and your body starts burning off the fat and you start losing weight. Now, again, I said I'm just going to talk about calories here today, but the type of calories that you are eating, whether they are made up of protein, carbs, or fats, makes a difference. So once you get used to tracking calories, you need to level up and learn how to start tracking your macros. Now, if you want to do it step by step, the first thing that you need to start tracking is your protein and making sure that you're getting 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, or per pound of lean body mass if you are overweight. Now, I know that that can seem like a lot of choices and a lot to take in. So this is the reason why working with a coach is so important. Someone who can guide you through all of this to make sure that you are taking steps in the right direction to meet your goals. If you're interested in learning more about flexible dieting, follow the link in the description box to check out my Flexible Dieting for Beginners ebook. Alrighty, so that is gonna be it for me today, guys. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe so that you can stay up to date on all the latest fitness and nutrition info. Alrighty, guys, I will see you later.